My name is Rachel Johnson. I am the new head pro at Grandview Golf Course here in Anderson. It means so much to me because that's where it all started for me. Way back when I was about 5 years old is when I first picked up a golf club. My dad was my teacher, and we went to Grandview a lot and spent a lot of hours out there, and I owe that course a lot. So to be in the position that I am and giving back to the golf course, it just means the world. Started playing competitively around 8 years old, grew up in the Indiana Golf Association world, and went to Yorktown High School. And then after that, signed to play at Chicago State up in Chicago. Was there a year and decided to transfer. I didn't realize that Chicago winters are actually pretty brutal. So I needed to go south if I wanted to pursue anything in the golf world, because my idea was to play professionally then. So transferred down to Missouri State and spent 3 years down there. Playing college golf and D1 golf is just exhausting, and kind of put it in the back burner for a little bit and wanted to venture out and outside of the career, right? Outside of the dream of golfing all the time. So I met this man who was living there, and he was a part of the Indiana Golf Hall of Fame. Small world, true coincidence, and he just encouraged me to get back in the industry. He was like, this is your passion, like absolutely just go for it. And so with his encouragement, I stopped there and started playing professionally, and did that for about 2.5 years, traveling down to Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, playing in tournaments, the ultimate grind. And then came back here again and met Scott Barla, who owns Barla Golf Academy in Noblesville, and he encouraged me to become part of the PGA so I can still stay in touch with the golf. So now I'm in level 1 of the PGA program to be a certified teaching pro, and just with his encouragement too, again, wanted to get out of the golf world and then come back in, and he's just kind of been my mentor ever since. So long story, but that's my golf story. I think with being a municipality, Grandview kind of doesn't get like the best rap in the world, because it's like, oh, we're gonna go play a municipal golf course, but it's truly one of the best municipal golf courses in the country, in my opinion. I've played a lot of golf outside of Indiana, Colorado, Arizona, up in Maine, and truthfully, with all of the public courses there, Grandview ranks, in my book, very highly. It's very well maintained. It's got the rolling terrain, makes some golf shots really challenging sometimes. I got my first hole-in-one at that golf course. Well, not my first hole-in-one, it was my second one, but on hole 3, which is like the hardest par 3, I think, in Indiana. And with my driver, it's about 220 yards. And I was with my dad. We just went out and played. It was actually in March, so a really cold month. I just went out there for fun and got a hole-in-one. So that's my special story there. When I originally started at Grandview, it was in 2020, and I was under Todd Windland. And when working underneath him, he just built a family atmosphere. So I had all my memories of Grandview before working there, and then just solidifying that, working together as a big team to make such a special place, like I said before. And that really inspired me to now, when I'm in the role I am, to just make sure that it's a family atmosphere and make sure it's welcoming to all walks of life, and encouraging that to grow the game. We have a really solid Roy Earl specifically. He loves that golf course more than anybody I know, and he's really passionate about just making sure it's in the best shape ever. So the First Tee program is a national golf association, essentially, and we specifically have it in Indiana. And so Allie Beam at the Indiana section is a phenomenal resource for all First Tee needs, and her job is specifically to grow First Tee programs. So it's a super big honor to have it at Grandview Golf Course, and we will have it for 5 weeks starting on June 13th. Every Friday, it's an hour and a half long, and you don't have to have kids don't have to have any experience in the game. It's just come out, play a couple, get some camaraderie with other kids. It's from 7 to 14-year-olds, and we'll have a couple instructors out there. So we'll divide it off based off skill level and age and things like that. So the benefit of doing it at Grandview is that you can get a lot of on-course practice rather than just on the range. I did start with one junior, and she's 11 years old, never played golf before. And it kind of brought back memories being on that green again, giving lessons, going back to the very basics of learning how to even hold a golf club. And, I was younger doing that, but it just solidified that it's just a special place in my heart. And just to see her make contact or get close to the hole, that just brings me pure joy. Like I said, golf is kind of the only thing that I've known, and just to be able to share my passion and my stories and my limited knowledge, I like to say, just with others, it's really it's really good. So when we do our first tee program, it's not only just teaching how to swing a club and how to hit a ball. It also teaches you how to work with others. It teaches you how to respect the golf course itself, and respect each other around you. Like I said, golf is a really hard sport in the beginning, so it can become frustrating. But working with others and learning off of each other just will allow the person or the child to, grow even as a better person. So this year I'm introducing or bringing back a couples night, and so it's going to be a specific game per night. It'll be the second Friday of every single month starting in May and ending in September. There will be a theme. We're actually working with the pub house, and we're going to do like a half-price appetizer or an entree or something like that. It'll be different each month. So I'm really excited just to bring that program back. Throughout the summer, pretty much every Saturday and some Sundays at Grandview, we are hosting outings. So it's pretty much for charity. And so there are putting contests, there's long drive contests, there's closest to the pins, and just a way to have some fun with your friends. I think what brings like a unique side of Grandview is the strong men's and women's club that we have. The men's club literally plays from January to December. If it has a hint of warm, they're out there playing, regardless if it's raining, snowing, sleeting, they're out there playing the game. So it's open to anybody who wants to join. The initial fee, I think, is $50 for the men's club specifically, and you would have access to they play a choose up, which starts at 10 o'clock every single day other than Saturdays, and that's where they have 18 events throughout the summer that you could participate in. In case you didn't know, Grandview is the home of Highland Middle School and Anderson High School golf teams. So in April, that's when the middle school plays and the boys team plays. So we host a lot of their home matches, which will either be on the front nine or back nine. On the women's side, they will start at Grandview in the fall. So if you're curious about, golf or getting into the sport, we offer lessons. We have all of the supplies you need in the pro shop, from golf balls, tees, to golf clubs from all the major manufacturers. If you come to the course and you've never played before, you can always use our rental clubs or demo clubs. Like I said, from the major manufacturers, you can try them out and see if you like them. So the reason why we have demo clubs is because it lets all golfers know if that club works for them or not. So with all the manufacturers to choose from, sometimes one brand works better than the other. And so what we say in the golf industry is, would you run a marathon in someone else's running shoes? So in order to get in the game, sometimes equipment does matter, and we want everyone to start out liking and enjoying it and not getting frustrated to want them to come back, right? So that's why we have all of those available in the pro shop. So Grandview's celebrating its 100 years. There's a whole history book about it, which is pretty cool. It originally opened in 1925 as a different name, and it became Grandview in 1928. So, but the course itself and the building and the restaurant building itself has been there for 100 years. So really excited to celebrate that. We are still in the planning process of how that's going to look, but I think it'll be really exciting. So at Grandview, I think it's a very welcoming atmosphere to all levels, like I said, and I really want to take pride in that because it's what makes it the best, I think, in Madison County. It's affordable, user-friendly. It brings the challenges when you want to. You can choose your tees or even make it, go forward even however far you want to go up, just to make it fun for all golf levels, the whole family. I think the only one thing that I want to add is that, if you're a golfer in Madison County, you probably have played Grandview. And I think it's just, my goal as the pro is just to keep allowing people to come back and making memories with their friends and families that'll last a lifetime. For more information about outings, events, or anything like that, you can always call the Pro Shop or find us on our website, andersongrandview.com.